John Beltran back at Sunset Baseball Field in the bottom of the second inning. And the Bead Diggers lead the Platte Valley Broncos 10-1. Brandon Richardson beginning his first full inning of work. The offering. Swing and ground up the third base side. Backhanded by Martinez. Long throw to first in time. And Coyote Cohen is retired. Cohen had an RBI single in the first inning. And that was a gorgeous backhanded play by Josh Martinez. One down. One down for Trevor Blake, who walked and scored in the 10-run first inning. In fact, two Bead Diggers scored twice in the frame. Wind and pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off it. It's 0-1. Eight, 9, and 1, and maybe more for the Bead Diggers in the bottom of the second inning. The offering. Swing and a miss and a ball down and in. It's 0-2. Bead Diggers had 8 hits in the opening frame. Not all of them were clean, but that's the way they were scored. 0-2 to Blake. And that ball went over his back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We've had a lot of pitches that have been either inside hit batters or gone behind hitters. The 1-2 offering by Richardson swung on and grounded foul up the third base side. Blake hit that one hard. He remains alive in the count. Once again, the Bead Diggers are back in action tomorrow on the road against Valley. That'll start at 4 o'clock on 10-10. The pitch outside all the way to the screen, in fact. 2-2. For all of your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The bases are empty in the bottom of the second inning. Platte Valley and the Bead Diggers in a 10-1 Brush lead. Swung on in line to left field for a base hit, and Blake has Brush's 9th hit of the game. That'll send up Gregory Maris, who's batted already twice in this game. He singled to left and scored and popped to center. Let's see if Blake takes off at all. He's got plenty of speed. You'd think in a 9-run game you don't necessarily do that, but you never take anything for granted in baseball. If it's a 15 or 12 or 13-run game, different story. Step off. You still want to play your game early. It's only the second inning. That's still a lot of baseball left, even in an abbreviated game. The pitch swung on, fouled off to the right, off the end of the bat on the changeup. It's 0-1. After today, 3 road games and 1 home game. And the 2 of those 3 road games are on the same day, a week from today in Berthoud against the Spartans. And the Bead Diggers will take some time off. And that changeup is a strike. Throw to first. Blake back and standing. 0-2 to Gregory Maris. The Bead Diggers with just 2 more victories would clinch a winning regular season. They are 8-6. 0-2 to the Bead Digger second baseman. The offering in the dirt with another changeup. It's 1-2. No matter what your loan needs, stop by High Plains Bank at 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins. Also inquire about checking and savings accounts as well as CDs at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. Blake stretches out that lead. 1-2. Low and away. Backhanded beautifully by Neibauer. It's 2-2. Every Bead Digger has been on base except Ken Garcia, who's 0 for 2, but he does have an RBI. 2-2 to the right-handed hitter. The pitch swung on and hit on the ground to the shortstop. Maxey, he's got it. Flips to second. That's 1. And the throw to first is late. Excellent slide by Blake, taking out the feet of Trujillo. But that ball was not hit hard enough anyway to convert the double play. Here's Jesus Cardenas, who's 1 for 1. A walk and an RBI single. And the courtesy runner for Jesus has scored twice. He got a hold of one for that single last time, and that one bounces into Neibauer. He's been a wall back there for the most part. 1-0. He had to bend those knees for 52 pitches in the bottom of the first inning. Considerably less so far in the second. Throw back to first, back in standing is Maris. 10 runs on 8 hits for Brush. They've committed an error. 1 run on no hits for Platte Valley. They're errorless so far, even though they had opportunities to make some tough plays. Swing and a miss. Throw back to first. Maris back in standing again. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 2 down. At the stretch is Brandon Richardson. The pitch. Swung on and lined, and that is just foul up the third base side. 1-2. Beat Diggers have hit several balls hard and foul down the third baseline. So it remains 1-2 to the Beat Digger right-hander with Christian Baez on deck, or it goes to 1-2, I should say. Now Maris has a big lead at first. The ball's not rolling towards that fence once it hits the gap. It seems that the ball just dies out there, as we've seen a couple times. Swung on and chopped slowly up the third baseline. Barehanded by the pitcher Richardson, throws to first, and that is going to be dropped. Advancing to third now is Maris. That'll be an error on the first baseman Gehring. The throw was low, but it certainly should have been caught. And the inning is extended for Christian Baez. That was a tough play by Richardson, but he made a good enough throw. So the Beat Diggers have runners at the corners. Baez singled in a run in the first and then walked. He scored twice in the game. Here's Acosta once again for Jesus. Yeah, when you're struggling to win games, every out is precious. Neibauer lays down the sign. Stretched by Richardson. And the offering. Swung on, chopped foul up the third base side. Gregory Maris well into foul territory, because if they ever hit a ball over there and it hits him, he's only out if his body's in fair territory. That's why you'll see runners start on the foul side of the line, and that way they're safe from being out on a ball that hits them. 0-1. Swung on in line to right center field. That's a base hit. Jogging towards home plate is Gregory Maris. He'll score Dylan Acosta around second, and he is into third on the RBI single from Christian Baez. In the bottom of the second, it's Brush 11, Platte Valley 1. And 2 RBIs for Baez. Here is Shea Hansen, who's been an impossible out recently. RBI single in the first, a 2-run single later in that frame. Got 7 ribbies in the last 2 games. The pitch. He swings and sends a fly ball into center. Jordan Dunn is way back, still going back. It's over his head off the bottom of the fence. 1 run is in. Rounding third is Baez. He's going to score. Shea Hansen towards third. He's got a 2-run triple as he slides in. And the Beat Diggers now lead by a score of 13-1. Man, this guy is impossible to get out. Sliding headfirst is almost too adventurous, because you know that Shea's had those shoulder issues. You don't want him to hurt himself in a one-sided affair. There's Colby Waiter, singled and doubled in a run. 2 for 2. Richardson will wind with a runner at third and 2 down. The offering. Swung on, driven deep into left center field, headed towards the bus, and that one is bye-bye! A 2-run homer for Colby Wailert, his second round tripper of the season. The Beat Diggers have scored 5 runs in the bottom of the second and now lead Platte Valley 15-1. That thing was tattooed and a no-doubter for the Beat Diggers shortstop. Here's Mitch Tormolen, a 2-run single and a walk. All of these runs are unearned because of the error earlier in this frame. Those last 2 balls were hit a combined, 630 feet. So here is Tormolen. The Bay Diggers have scored all these runs with 2 outs. Line and pitch. Swung on and lifted high and deep, but well foul down the left side. That had home run distance, but it's 0-1. Tormolen is the 8th hitter of the inning. Yeah, unless the Bee Diggers have a collapse on the mound or on the field, this will be a 4.5-inning affair. They're up by 14 in the bottom of the second inning. They only have 3 hits in the inning despite the 5 runs. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, the difference between the ball Hansen hit and the one Waitert hit, Waitert pulled his a lot more. Hansen's was straight away. Richardson gets the sign. And the 0-1. Swung on and grounded to third, and Martinez has the ball go off his glove into left field. And Tormolen reaches on the air. I don't blame him for being a little bit gun-shy, not getting totally down on that ball to his left because of the shot Gonzalez took off his face. That'll give Ken Garcia a chance to hit. Garcia's 0 for 2. A couple of groundouts, but his first groundout scored a run. You might see head coach Mark Muniz clear the bench pretty early. Get some of his younger players in there. The offering. And that is off the glove of Neibauer to the screen. Looked like maybe a breaking ball. Tormolen to second on the pass ball. It's 1-0. The Bay Diggers have batted it around in the first 2 innings. They sent 16 men to the plate in the first. 1 ball, no strikes. Tormolen off of second. The stretch. And he pitched to Garcia. And that is a strike with a changeup on the outer half of the knees. 1-1. And, of course, Coach Muniz would like to see Jesus go all 5 innings so they can rest all of his other pitchers. The offering, a little bit low. Ball 2, strike 1. This game already is an hour and 5 minutes old. We're in the bottom of the second inning, but we do not anticipate, like I said, going the full 7. 2-1 pitch. Upstairs with a fastball, 3-1. For great family entertainment, walk in or reserve your time and lane at Fire Lanes today at 220 Cambridge and Brush. That's Fire Lanes. 3-1 pitch. Bounces in all the way to the screen. And on the wild pitch, Tormolen to third. Garcia's going to walk. First and third for Coyote Cohen. And again, that's the pain of this inning for Platte Valley. All of these runs are unearned. Cohen began the inning by grounding out the third on the very first pitch. And the Broncos still have to take the field for 2 more innings. At the very least, the bottom of the third and the fourth. So they've got to figure out a way to get these Beat Diggers out. The stretch. Pitch to Cohen. Fastball went behind him, 1-0. The 10-run first inning was their biggest of the season. They had 6-run frames this year, but they might be able to match that in this inning. Swing and a miss. He tried to hit that one to another county. 1-1 on the off-speed pitch thrown by the right-hander Richardson. Yeah, Cohen pulled his entire body there. He never saw the pitch. Runners take their leads. The offering. Fastball is upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. To the Bee Digger right fielder. The stretch and the pitch. That bounces in. 3-1. There were 4 walks issued in the first inning. And maybe 2 more here in the second if Cohen gets on base via the base on ball. 3-1. Swung on and grounded foul up the third base side. 3-2 to Coyote Cohen. Yeah, we could see a lot of the players off the bench coming in as early as the third inning. Might wait till the fourth, but they'll be in this game unless Platte Valley puts together a huge rally. 3-2, swung on and grounded fair down the third baseline. Tormolen's going to score. Garcia's going to sprint towards third. Cohen around first. He's into second. It's an RBI double for the Bead Digger right fielder. And Brush has plated 6 in the bottom of the second. They lead 16-1. Just inside the third baseline for Coyote Cohen. Here is Trevor Blake. He had a single in this inning. And again, all of these runs are unearned. And let's see what we've got here. There's a loose baseball in the on-deck circle on the Bead Digger side. Yeah, at this point, even if you're a Bead Digger fan, you'd like to see Platte Valley get some outs just to move this game along. Not against any hitter in particular, but you can't get sloppy, though. The Bead Diggers have got to still play their game. The pitch, and that's a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1. 10 runs in the first, 6 so far here in the second. 0-1 to Blake. And he swings and grounds it to third. Martinez has it. Long throw to first is low, and it skips by the first baseman towards the batting cage. 1 run is in. Cohen rounds third. He will score on the error by Martinez, the third error of the inning by Platte Valley. And Brush now leads 18-1. No RBIs for Trevor Blake. Wow. I mean, you got a feel for Platte Valley here. This was the same margin, 18-1, that Fort Morgan beat Platte Valley by earlier this season. Here's Gregory Maris with his 4th plate appearance of the game, and he takes a fastball high throw to first, blocked beautifully by Gehring on a hop. Maris is 1 for 3. They've actually retired him twice. A single, a pop to center, and a grounder to short. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch swung on and grounded into left field for a base hit. Blake will advance to second. And Gregory Maris is now 2 for 4. The Bead Diggers have 5 hits in the inning, 13 in the game. Here's Jesus Cardenas. Now, that was the key at bat of the inning. He grounded a ball slowly on the left side. It was picked up by the pitcher, Richardson, who threw low to first, but it was in time, but it was dropped by Gehring. That extended the inning, and since then, the Bead Diggers have not been retired. In fact, since then, you've had 8 Bead Diggers in a row reach. And the pitch swung on in line down the right field line, but that's curving foul. And it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike to Jesus. Walked in the first, RBI single. Later in the first, reached on the air, so he is officially 1 for 2. At second is Blake. At first is Maris. The Bead Diggers lead 18-1 in the second. The pitch, fastball is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, and once those bench players come in, you got to let them do their thing. Swung on, tap foul behind the plate. I mean, this really isn't football where you just run the ball when you have a huge lead. The only thing you don't do with a huge lead is bunt or steal bases. That's it. You got to hit away. You have to take pitches if they're not strikes. You can't get sloppy. 1-2. And that is a called strike 3, a fastball in the inside corner, and the inning is over. However, the Bead Diggers score 8 runs in the frame, and they do it on 5 base hits. There were 3 errors, and the Bead Diggers stranded 2. Let's head to the third inning. Brush 18, Platte Valley 1 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.